What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to another live stream here on a Wednesday. I'm deciding to kind of switch up my schedule a little bit to bring you guys some more content, and since I don't have time for editing, I think I'm gonna do my Q&As on Friday, and on Sunday morning or Monday, I'm not quite sure yet, I'm gonna do my editing videos for you. And then on Wednesdays, I'm planning on doing like impromptu or just whatever live streams, going through something. Like today we're going to go through my library, because I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to go through my library. And I figured instead of trying to wait and do videos on it and get all the editing in and all that stuff, this will be a lot easier to do, and you guys can actually interact too. So what's up to all you guys in chat? I've been watching it as it scrolls through. I can only see a few at a time. Now I won't be answering a bunch of questions today unless it's about the library, which we're about to go through right here. So here, let's flip it over and give you guys a look at the books we have. So if you guys see a book in here that you guys want to look at or go through a little bit, let me know and we'll do that. So here, these aren't quite aquatic, this is just some other stuff. This is like a 2006 ADA catalog from way back in the day. That was when I first got into planter tanks. This is Clippard, it's a manufacturing catalog, and I get some CO2 equipment from them actually. Do I have a favorite book? One of my favorites is probably definitely this breeding book here, which is a practical guide to breeding your freshwater fish. And this book's pretty cool. I can't be on here too long today because I'm doing my shipments. So for those who have ordered off me, I delayed shipments until Thursday morning, tomorrow morning, because the weather is going to be better across the state. So Sparky wants to say hi. But yeah, the weather's going to be better, so I decided to delay it. And on Thursdays they tend to push everything to 2-day shipping. So that's what's going on with that. But here's one of my favorite books right here. Is this breeding book. And they start with like cyprinids, clipper barbs, cherry barbs, and it tells you what's great about it. It tells you like parts per million. A little shaky here. pH, tank, goes through like everything you need to do, rearing the fry, sex differences, all that jazz. Alright, and then we got Daniel barbs here. Some other red shiners, gouramis, rasboras, bunch of tetras, pencilfish, emperor tetras. That's one I've always wanted to try. And big reason why I like this book is this is one of the first books I got, and it was mainly because it showed how to breed killifish. This is like a super rare tetra too, a darter tetra. You won't ever find those, the Whitesmans. The author is Derek Lambert, Tank Master, Practical Guide. And I got another one to this series too. Over here, where is it? Oh, Healthy Fish. Which is a pretty good book too for like diagnosing any illnesses. Because there can be so many illnesses to diagnose, like natural feeding stuff like that. The big reason why I got this was to do Golden Wonder Killifish. They got rainbow fish in there, flagfish, corridors, plecos, all kinds of stuff. And this is actually the one that had the peacock gobies too, cribs. Where are the gobies? Discus, bunch of other stuff. But before I spent, look at that, snakehead. How to do their whole setup, desert goby. There's the peacock goby setup. Showed you guys in that film I did on Sunday. And for those that are on here, and didn't hear me earlier, I won't be answering a whole lot of questions because I can't see the chat very well, so do apologize if I don't get to your questions. Then I got like aquariums, fish, Smithsonian handbook, and then the good old aquarium atlas, which I got that cheap at a trade show, like real cheap. Like sometimes you go to those swaps and trade shows that clubs have. That's a good place to go get these books. And then another good place to get books is Half Price Books, and you can actually get online too and look at their aquatic books that they have online, and you can get them for real cheap. So there's like an A to Z. Oh, here's a bunch of Killifish journals. When you're a member of the AKA, every quarter they send you out a Killifish magazine or book, and it has a lot of information in it and a lot of cool fish, as you can see. And it tells you how to breed it, the authors, all that jazz, and it's pretty cheap to get in the AKA. And I mean, they break it down to science. And collection trips as well, like where they're collecting these killifish, because there's so many different types of killifish in the world. And this is kind of a log for all of them, as this club does. And that's the biggest one in the States. And you got like basic ones setting up freshwater. Like this is a tag, that's from Half Price Books. A lot of times I just buy books up because, well, they're aquarium books. I love aquarium books. This one's pretty good. Freshwater Aquarium, Complete Encyclopedia. You know, as far as being complete, I don't know about that. It would take a lot of pages to be complete. But it's got a lot of good information. Pencil fish, love those. That was a good one to start with. Tells you behavior, size, breeding, all that jazz. Tons of different types of fish. Catalogs and catalogs of fish. Another big reason why I get these books too is so many books have so many different fish in it. Like, I've noticed like no two books have all the same fish in it unless it's a real basic book. But you'll usually come across something new in each book. And we got more tropical aquarium fish. Nice photos, biotope ones. Oh, this one's just about rasboras, keeping, breeding them in captivity, all that stuff. I actually need to get into this because I would love to breed the SB rasboras, which I got some of. Might have to keep this out actually. I forgot I even had this. So this is cool because, I mean, I'm kind of going back through these books I haven't looked at for a while. I'm going to keep that out for those SB rasboras. Look like they had nice pictures in there. We got the biotope aquarium. This one's kind of neat. You can hear how sticky those pages are because they're so glossy. So it kind of tells you about natural biotopes, ways you can set them up and whatnot. More aquarium stuff, fish keeper guide to fish breeding, a lot of breeding ones. Old school breeding ones. See, like this one's Dr. Herbert Axelrod. Now, you talk about a fish keeper, and I don't know how to pronounce the right word for it. Ecologist or something like that. But this dude knows what he's doing. He's got lots of fish named after him. And you get some good information from these old school fish breeding books than you do on the internet, you know. And I got some old magazines here. I think these were my dad's. Got them from somehow. Amazonas, tons of Amazonas magazines. Definitely my favorite magazine. And then this one's kind of cool. This is more like a school book, Through the Looking Glass. This is a really rare book. Now this is what got me into more like, see, it's a field guide to aquatic plants. It got me more into thinking about keeping tanks in a more natural way years and years ago. And this has like These are all native plants around in the U.S., I believe. It's a really neat book. A lot of cool information. I got a few extras of these too. I kind of hoarded them. Oh, and I guess we can show this. Might as well. Those are the certificates for that shrimp contest. And let's see. Success with Killifish. Now this is a great book too. This is from Ed Warner, which I got it off of Ruth Warner, because unfortunately Ed passed away, but he was a great killifish keeper and wrote this book. And it tells you all about killifish, ways of hatching them, breeding them, incubation times, all that. Like this chart right here. This page alone is worth any penny you'd pay for this book. So it tells you about all these species of killifish, their incubation time, peat if peat's needed, first food, rate of growth, what's the lay on top of peat. That's a handy book. I actually signed it for me too. Oh, she did. She's a sweetheart. Alright, and then let's see, I got an encyclopedia of live foods, which is this kind of neat book. I haven't quite gone through this all the way yet. But once again, it starts going into the more natural approach of keeping aquariums. Not trying to keep these sanitized, just like perfect, like nothing in the tank for the fish. Kind of natural aquarium. Well, there you go, creating a natural aquarium. You guys wonder where I get some of my influence from. Is these. Ooh, that's nice. See, I really like that. And see, you get scape ideas and stuff like that. That's pretty nice. I think I remember now this book has quite a few nice little natural scapes. Kind of helps teach you how to put them together, more biotope types. See, like this is the Amazon acid pool. So you got the angelfish, which this is one of my favorite biotopes actually. Types of plants that go in it, bogwood, how you can set it up, how you can make it look. Shoaling tetras, more of the fish. That's Interpret Handbooks Creating Natural Aquariums. Peter Hiscock. That's a good book. Book of Knowledge, that's an encyclopedia. Lots more Amazonas. Tons of Amazonas. And then Got a Breeders and Keepers. Chris Lockups. That's a shrimp book. Then the other ones are just like National Geographic and some other stuff like Entrepreneur magazine, stuff like that. But as far as aquatics, I think that's pretty much does it as far as aquatics. So I mean, there's not a whole lot of book, but there is a whole lot of books, but there is a lot of diversity. Oh, this is a good one too. I don't know why I didn't pull this one out. This isn't aquariums, but still it goes along the same guidelines. The Practical Rock and Water Garden. There's some, looks like it used to be a school book. I'm not sure about that, but oh, that was cool. Check this out. So it shows you how to build all these outdoor ponds. Like this is done with some, looks like some stone, flat stones. Shows you how to build all this, line it. Now I could definitely get into this kind of stuff. I wish I had more space and wish it didn't get so cold in the winter time. Even though you could heat them and stuff. Shows you how to make a waterfall. A little pot with a pump in it. Bunch of other little gadgets. Oh, how to do a little rock in the hole idea. All the plants you could do. Let's go back to some of these ponds. Bog gardens. Shows you how to lay them out. Cool little bridge. That's how I want my bridge to be in my backyard. Because I'm actually planning on doing a pond in my backyard. I've got one already started, I just can't afford the stone for it right now. But nice, cool little water feature ideas and whatnot. There you go, how's that for a pond? And you can swim in. Alright, so if you guys got any questions, I can take them right now. And if you see any books that you want me to go back and maybe show you something in, just holler at me, say something, speak up. Kyle said he has this book. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it tells you how to rock edging and stuff. Cobble edging. Looks like a great book. Timber edging. But yeah, how to make it different liners. Do a hangout, Lucas, and buy some gas. Unfortunately, I can't do a hangout for you guys just kind of joining right now. I'm actually about to do my shipments, so this means that I'm going to be up all night long. Like, I'm not going to go to bed till probably like 10 o'clock this morning, because I'm going to have to run through those. Do you have a history of fishes by J.R. Norman? I don't have that one. Here's some of my off-topic. Oh, here, this is kind of cool too. See this rock? This is actually a piece of coral I found in my creek as a kid. And this is over 1 billion years old. This is like billions of years old from when Indiana was an inland sea. A long, long time ago. Almost looks like a clam too. It's kind of gnarly. Kind of a rare piece too. I actually kept that in a fish tank for the longest time. And it started taking its toll on it, so I took it out. But I thought that was neat. And let's see my other books. Let's see, Gambling, Know How To. This was like way back in the day when I was trying to find myself. I was always an entrepreneur at heart, and I get into all kinds of different stuff. Mail order stuff, Mice and Men, winning job searches, mechanical desktop, trig, AutoCAD, employment, some project planning, InstaCAD, how things work, digital information, real estate practice, visual communications, science books, geology books. I'm a big rock hound. Landlording, something about cheese, rapid visualization, art class, ask the experts, and love my National Geographics. And these are from my dad, always collected them, so I grew up reading National Geographics, which I don't know, I kind of think they've sold out now, but still a great magazine. Then of course you got like your dictionary, you gotta have those, the sources and stuff. World Ideas, that's a great book. Animal Architects, this goes along the line. Best Bartender's Guide in the World. Oh man, I totally destroyed that stack. That's a good book too. Infinite Mind, speed reading. If you guys ever try speed reading, I definitely recommend trying speed reading. It can save you a lot of time, and you can learn a lot of stuff from learning how to speed read. And this is funny, Peace and Kung Fu definitely go together. And Fascinating World of Animals. But let's go back to this Animal Architects book. How animals weave, tunnel, and build their remarkable homes. Honeybees. Tells you like all the architecture of like how these animals exist in the wild and use nature to their benefit and stuff. So this is a really cool book. Another one I got at Half Price Books. Look at that, for $2. $2. Or should I gut it before putting... I never heard of Galapagos Cholo wood, to be honest. Alright, so there you have it. That's my library. Those are the books I have, because I know many of you guys have been asking about them. Oh, and might as well show you guys this too. These are the medals. These things are cool. These were from the shrimp contest. One day I'll get them framed. Till now they're just kind of sitting on the shelf. But they're pretty neat. When I first saw them I was like, oh, I definitely want one of those. That's the second place one. Then the first place one. Congratulations, Sparky. You've won. You're a top shrimp cat in the world. Everybody congratulate Sparky. But yeah, so there you have it. He is a cool cat. He's been kind of a punk lately, though. He's too wild sometimes. But definitely my favorite book is probably this breeding book right here. For sure. Because it's one of the ones that first got me going. Alright, so here's your last chance if you guys want to check out a book before I hop off here. Now's your time to speak up. Or you guys can rewatch it or whatever and ask me later. I could probably always do a part 2 or something. If not, then I'm going to hop off here just so I can keep this video short for everybody else who may watch this back over again. Any Wallstead books? No, I don't have a Wallstead book. I should, though. That's a good book to have. But a lot of these books kind of go along that method. Just keeping stuff natural. Ooh, I about cracked that into my fish tank. That one would have been good. But yeah. And those who did win the aquarium co-op contest, I will be contacting you guys probably tomorrow for the winners and whatnot. Let's see, what would you consider the #1 book to own? That Atlas, what volume? The #1 book to own? That's a tough one. I think you should definitely diversify in books. It depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for like a fish base like this book is? It's more about information on fish and stuff like that. Or are you looking for a breeding book? Are you looking for a keeping book? A more biotope kind of book? So it all depends, I would say. And as far as this doesn't have a volume. Oh, this is the Bay Niche. This isn't even the other. I think there's another different one. Got a good suggestion on planted tank books. Let's see, planted tank books. This one's a good idea for like how they grow in the wild, stuff like that. I had this Tropica book. I don't know where it is. It's a pretty good book. Oh, here it is. Let me get it in here. But this, I got this for cheap. I can't remember what I got it off of. I think I got it from Big Al's actually for like $3 or something like that. It's just a book Tropica has. And tells you about setting them up. Like how you start, all that jazz. How to put stuff together. Kind of some layout schemes. Even shows you in diagrams. The plants and the diagrams and everything. So this is pretty much recreating another guy's aquascape and kind of give you guys ideas. And then it gets into the plants and kind of how the plants work and all that stuff. And then like the Rednecky and all that, it tells you the stems, sizes. I thought, yeah, okay, here is these coordination things that kind of tell you what kind of water they take and everything. Let me find the catalog. I thought there was a part of it. Oh well, huh, what's this, appendix? It's been a while since I've been in this book, but it's got a lot of plants in it. Like I say, it's got all the information for you down here. I'm sure if you go on the Big Al's, you may still be able to find it. Yes, this is Tropica book. And this is like 10 years of just collecting random books here and there where I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. But yeah, that's a good one for aquascapes. That's kind of the table of contents. Right plants, right fish, layout inspirations, plants A to Z. Oh, then we got this big one. Let's pull out this bad boy. Oh crap. Destroying that. Alright, let's see. This is the Herbert X. Roddy's Atlas. Freshwater Aquarium Fishes, 2nd edition. More than 4,000 photos, full colors. I've been going to Big Al's since the 80s. Yeah, I've actually used Big Al's for a long time. They've got some great prices, and they'll price match it too. It looks like this one was from a school too, back in 1986. Look at that, somebody's even got notes in it and everything. These look like Killifish. And let's see, we got some Africans and lots of Killifish. Black and white. Bunch of fish types. Now there is another thing I do recommend when you're looking. Ooh, this is a cool page that I do recommend when looking for like new types of fish and stuff. Is fishbase.org. Now I know this is about books, but that is a good website for finding rare fish. Look at this guy. That is one awesome arowana. I wonder if they stay like that when they're younger. It says juvenile. Oh, they're subadult. So they do start losing their color. Oh, so is that just a silver arowana? I don't know. Hey, there's that rare darter tetra again in here. Super rare. I love these Beckford eyes. I got some of those in the 125. But yeah, if I had the time, oh, I could totally just look through this book again, just looking at all the different fish. I had some of these, but they were real punks. They are really cool looking. They definitely need a bigger tank. Ooh, look at that guy. Oh, those are always cool, but definitely need a bigger tank for them too. Hatchet fish are neat. Yeah, I could go through this book for a while. Swordtails, look at all this. 4,000. Ooh, look at all these. Endlers and guppies. Now this is like back in the 80s. These are how endlers and guppies looked like back then. If that tells you anything. How much the hobby has changed and how much it really hasn't changed. Yellow banner tail. Oh, look at that guy. I wonder if these are all hybrids or what. Look at the color patterns on him. Woo-wee! The blue crown tail. Now that's cool. And yes, do see you guys chatting, so hello all to have that has been saying hello, and to those who haven't been saying hello. Platies. I have the previous book to that, which was published in 1980, same author. Yeah, that's cool swordtail. I wonder if they got the light on that just right to get that reflection with the black background and everything. Cool picture though. Do you have any books on cold water fish? Not a whole lot. I don't think. I know some of these books have some information on cold water fish and whatnot, but I haven't really dove into cold water fish that much myself. Now here's why this guy has a lot of notes about killifish in this book. As you see, he's already highlighted a bunch of stuff. African killifish. Now, I didn't do this. The guy who had it from me did. But this is why. Look at these fish. Look at these fish. Would you just look at that? Would you just look at that? Some of the most beautiful fish in the world. There's so many different types. So many different types. Look at that. And the thing is, the reason why these aren't why you don't see these very much is they're a labor of love to breed. So, anybody who gets into killifish, like you could really, if you spend the time doing it, you talk about for-profit breeding, get your hands on some of these types of killifish and there you go. Spend your love doing that, breeding these awesome fish. Granted, some don't live for a long time, but just the color and beauty, and we need more people breeding them, to be honest, because without people breeding these kind of fishes, they won't be available in the hobby. Like, it's really hard to find a lot of these fishes unless you dive into the AKA, like, real deep, and hound people for eggs, or get lucky and find some elsewhere. Sometimes you can get them on eBay and stuff. I've bought eggs off of eBay where I got them from another country. They came over and you just add water. It was actually these fish right here, anchovies, and they bred out. I added water, and yeah, aquavid's a good one too, but they ended up breeding out for me, and it all worked. It was worth the money for sure. Unfortunately, I didn't have that much time to spend on that fish to keep breeding them, so I did kind of let the line die out because they didn't live very long. AKA members be cray. They're old school. Most of the AKA members are old school, so you gotta remember that. So they've been doing this for a long time, so they're gonna want a little respect when they get into the hobby, especially if you're keeping their fish and whatnot. But I mean, that's expected, you know. And we just need more younger people breeding these type of fish, just so we can have them in this hobby. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is cool. I've actually been wanting these fish. I wasn't entirely sure what the name was. I think Jeremy Bash, or Bash, B-A-S-C-H, has those. I can't remember how you say his name, but I want to get some of those from him. Those are really cool. These are neat too. They look smaller. Looks like nanos. Alright, but I could get lost in this book for a while. There's so many different types. Ooh, glass cats, those are one of my favorites. There's the SBs. Yep, that is the SB. It's kind of like a harlequin, but it's got more orange to it. Shows them breeding upside down, all that jazz. But alright, I gotta hop off here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I figure Wednesdays we'll do kind of live chats. That way I can show you guys more stuff. And then we'll keep the Q&As for Friday. And then do my editing videos for Sunday or Monday for you. But now it's time for me to get to orders, because I got like 20 or so of them to go to. And I appreciate everybody hanging out with me. And all guys. So until then, peace guys.